recovered from the weekend. What's the process?
I feel like it's definitely a process. Just having the plane right here, and you're kind of jet lagged again, and just tired from everything, tired from celebrating, from just everything. But I feel like, we do, first personally, like, if you asked me this question like maybe 3 years ago, I would have a bad answer because I didn't know what I was doing with recovery and how important it was before. But I feel like now, Hootie, Janelle, they instilled in me so well how important it is. And, we've been doing ice baths. We have an amazing lady that does our massages, Karen. She does it every day. We have an amazing doctor staff, Dr. Hall, Dr. Maz. They work on us a lot. And we get a lot of sleep, which is extremely important. Getting naps whenever we can.
Do you sleep well on planes?
No, I'm a terrible sleeper on the plane. So yeah, that was not the best. But I mean, just the little things, compression socks. We have a bunch of little tools that we use. So I feel like I'm in a pretty good place right now.
You were in a really good place Monday night, and even after the game, you got very teary, knowing what this team's gone through. What was that like for you, just to see this team just continue not to quit and just get here?
Yeah, I feel like it was definitely a mixture of a lot of different emotions and feelings. I feel like relief was one of them. It was a very rewarding, just a feeling of gratefulness, just being blessed that I'm able to be here and share these moments with my team, but also, just super surprised and shocked that we pulled this off. As much as I believe in our team, and I always believe that we can win every game, there's always, just a little part of you that still knows that you're the underdog, So I feel like, I don't know, I was just extremely, extremely happy and proud. And I mean, I feel like we played our butts off that game, and we went 100%, and I was dead after. I was so dead. I was ready to go to bed immediately right there on the court. So, I mean, it was just an overwhelming feeling of,
Will you be guarding Caitlin?
Yeah, I think I will. For the most part, I think we'll do different things depending on what our game plan will be, but I feel like I will be the primary defender. Yeah.
Does she remind you of anybody you played, or is she just sort of one of a kind?
I feel like she's just sort of one of a kind. The only person she reminds me of is the person that I played last year and on Iowa team with. That was her. I feel like she's very specific, unique. Her scoring ability. It's hard because she has both. She has the scoring ability, but she also has a great court vision. So I feel like, it's going to be a really great matchup for me. I feel like it's going to be fun for me to guard her. I love guarding players that are so good and, great at what they do. I feel like it's a great challenge for me. I enjoy it. But at the end of the day, every time we face teams like that, it always comes down to team defense and nothing else. So
you go from guarding Deasia and Juju and now Caitlin. So you must be having a great time.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. Those are definitely, three great players, three great scorers on all three levels. I mean, it's been a very fun ride for me, but I love it.
How many pieces of gum do you go through during the game?
Oh my God, I would probably say like 3, maybe. As soon as it loses flavor, I'm out.
Note that during the game and then get a new one.
It's mostly whenever I remember. So I would say halftime and then another timeout or something like that.
How did you get in that habit? No one ever got afraid that you were gonna choke yourself during the game?
No, I don't know why that question never came up with anybody. I've always been chewing gum ever since I was a kid. In games, I feel like I just can't stay still. So that helps me, stay calm in moments, just being able to do something. But yeah, no, I hope I don't choke, so we'll see.
You're so prideful of your defense, and these are now you're getting the top player every single game. Is it a great test for you? And the last game when you had the 4 fouls, I know you talked about that. The coach was picking on you a little bit, but is it just such amount of pride to get to have that assignment?
Yeah, I mean an enormous amount of pride, you know, and it kind of feeds my ego a little bit, if I can selfishly say that. I have fun on defense. I've always loved defense more than offense, I guess because I was so much better at it. But I enjoyed guarding good players, and I had to learn so much on the defensive end. So much goes into it that people don't really understand. But I feel like what just drives me so much about it is who I am as a person, just my character, and having that assignment, I take a lot of pride in it. I take it very personal. And I mean, it's fun. I have fun doing that.
The couple times this year that you fouled out, like, did that just kill you? Like Notre Dame, did that like basically just say like, okay, that can't happen again? Like, how did you react to that and get better?
Yeah, I mean, as I said, always I feel like the biggest things I had to get used to coming from playing in Europe to coming here in the States is definitely the refs and the fouls and all that stuff. You know, we play so much more aggressive over there, and I've been doing that my whole life, so I kind of get back to it at moments, which I don't think is a bad thing at times, you know. I like to be physical, I like to contact, and it just depends on, you know, sometimes if the refs allow it or not. So to answer your question, to get back to it, it definitely did kill me, that Notre Dame. It did. I mean, after that game, I needed like 3 weeks to get back to my old self, probably. It felt like, honestly, somebody ripped a piece of my soul out of me, but that's what it's supposed to feel. Because when you're passionate about the game, when you love it, and when, you know, disappoint your team, that's what it's supposed to feel like. And I'm glad that it felt like that, because it taught me a lot. And I feel like that game might be the reason that I was able to, you know, not foul out during the USC game. So I'm extremely thankful for that game in the end.
During the regular season, when you guys lost, generally the opposing team and the guards go for a lot of points. But against DeAsia, against Juju, they had the points, but you guys made it difficult. So what have you done so much better in the tournament to guard those really good guards that you weren't doing in the regular season? Yeah, I feel like more focusing on the fact that that one player that is so great on their team is not just one player's assignment, and that everybody constantly needs to be aware of that, where that player is, what that player is doing. Everybody constantly needs to be aware of that. And at the end of the day, it comes down to, you know, team defense, being in the gap, communicating. You know, it's very important for our big guys to make sure that us as guards, especially guarding great guards like those that you mentioned, know where we are on the floor at all times, because we can't see behind. So just everybody plays a huge part in it, and people often think it's a one-on-one in those kind of situations, but it never really is. Maybe 5% of the game comes down to one-on-one defending it, but it's a lot of team defense. It's a lot that goes into it. Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about how this is a really big deal? Like, women's basketball has become so big, especially in the past few weeks, for younger girls and younger players who want to be where you are in the next, 5-10 years of their basketball career. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, because when I came here, I thought that was the biggest women's basketball will ever be, and I thought that was, wow. I came all the way from Croatia, where women's basketball doesn't have any coverage, like zero, to a place where everybody's talking about women's basketball, and women's basketball is on the TV, and people are, talking on social media about it. Meanwhile, you guys are here, and you guys think women's basketball should get more coverage, and it kind of shifted my perspective a little bit, I would say. Seeing what women's basketball is right now, it's ridiculous. It's so rewarding for so many players, so many coaches that have been, working so hard for so many years. But it took me a minute to realize how far it can go. And because I came from a place where it's still in the same level, it's still not good, it still doesn't get as much coverage. So I'm very, very, just thankful to be a part of it, to be in the moment of, women's basketball getting so much recognition, because it deserves it. And it gives me kind of a feeling of hope for my country, too, that it's possible to get women's basketball in the same range as it is here. So, I feel like, if anything, it shifted my perspective into the fact that, it can be like that globally, too, not just here. So the only thing that girls need is a platform and, a chance for people to watch. And I'm sure so many people fell in love with women's basketball that have never watched it before. So, yeah, I'm just hopeful that
in my country that can happen also.
Do you have a message for like the younger girls that maybe want to be in your shoes one day?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like, for me, the biggest thing was just constantly believing in myself, even on the days when you don't feel like it. And 100% working hard every day. I feel like that was my motto from the start. I don't have talent. I don't have quickness. I don't have size, but I really have the will to work 100% every day with whatever I was given at any point of time. And I didn't have the best facilities. I didn't have the best opportunities. But I had really good people around me, and I cherished them. And I feel like my message would just be to work 100%, even when you don't see the vision, because it will pay off, and it's definitely that will in some kind of way.